like one of those late-night infomercials promising six-pack abs in just 21 days. But it's not. With a few clicks, you can be exploring ancient ruins or lounging on a white sand beach somewhere exotic. So, what's stopping us all from ditching our day jobs and becoming full-time virtual tourists? If you enjoy thought-provoking videos about the human mind and the human condition, then stick around for more. There's also the small matter of saving up enough money to cover the cost of everything. For many people, the process of planning a trip is just as stressful as the trip itself. Enter virtual travel, a stress-free alternative that allows you to visit far-flung destinations without having to lift a finger. Take a second and think about your most memorable vacation. What made it so unforgettable? Was it the food, the people you met, or the activities you did? Or was it the feeling of being somewhere completely different from your everyday life? Well, guess what? Virtual travel can provide exactly that. With a VR headset on, you're transported to another place entirely. But wait, there's more. Unlike real travel, virtual travel allows you to customize your experience to fit your interests and budget. In the real world, you're limited by factors like time zone differences and jet lag, but in the virtual world, there are no such constraints. You can explore the Amazon rainforest today and the Great Barrier Reef tomorrow, all from the comfort of your own home. So, what is stopping us from ditching our day jobs and becoming full-time virtual tourists? Well, for starters, there's the whole issue of jobs and money. At some point, you need to earn money in order to survive. And unless you're independently wealthy, that means getting a job. Of course, you could try to find a job that you hate less than your current one, but let's face it, that's just wishful thinking. The fact is, most of us are going to have to work at a job we do not love for the majority of our lives. So why not at least make the commute a little more bearable? After all, if you're stuck sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, you might as well make it somewhere interesting. Of course, you could always try to find a job that you do hate as much as your current one, but let's face it, that's just wishful thinking. The fact is, most of us are going to have to work at a job we do love for the majority of our lives. So why not at least make the commute a little more bearable? After all, if you're stuck sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, you might as well make it somewhere interesting. Okay, assuming that you have a flexible work arrangement that allows for remote work, you still need to eat. And when you're living in a virtual world, it can be easy to forget to take care of yourself. After all, why bother cooking healthy meals when you can just order pizza delivery? Why go for a jog when you can just plop down on the couch and watch Netflix? Trust us, we know that firsthand. When we first started working from home, we had every intention of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. But before we knew it, we were spending more time on junk food and reality TV than we had in years. That's why it's important to have a support system when you're traveling virtually. Whether it's a friend or family member who can check in on you, or even a virtual community of like-minded travelers, having someone to keep you accountable can make all the difference. Traveling virtually can also be a lonely experience. Sure, you might be surrounded by stunning scenery. But when you're exploring ancient ruins or hiking through a jungle, there's no one to share the experience with. That's why it's important to bring along a camera or even a VR headset. That way you can capture the memories and relive them later on. Plus, you'll have something to show off to your friends and family back home. And speaking of homesickness, that can be a major issue when traveling virtually. After a while, you start to miss your friends and family. You might even start to miss your old life. That's why it's important to stay connected to the real world while you're traveling virtually. Whether it's through video calls or social media, staying in touch with loved ones can help stave off homesickness. But what about the feeling of actually being somewhere? A lot of the appeal of travel comes from experiencing new cultures and environments. You get to immerse yourself in a different way of life and learn about new people and customs. But how do you do that when you're just sitting in your house? Well, luckily for us, technology has come a long way and there are now devices that can make you feel like you're actually somewhere else. Devices like the OO haptic suit. This suit is equipped with a number of vibrating motors that can simulate different sensations like wind, rain, and even the feeling of being submerged underwater. When combined with a VR headset, the OO haptic suit can transport you to another world entirely. But even with all the amazing technology available, there's still one sense that we can't seem to replicate: smell. Some companies are working on devices that use scent to enhance the VR experience, but they're still in the early stages of development. Until then, we'll just have to rely on our imaginations to fill in the blanks. Of course, the smell of a fresh cup of coffee or freshly cut grass can instantly transport you back to a favorite childhood memory. But what if you could bottle up the essence of an entire city? Wouldn't it be amazing if you could revisit these smells whenever you wanted? Wouldn't it be wonderful to relive these memories without having to physically be there? It turns out that this isn't just a fantasy. It's possible to capture and recreate smells using a process called scent branding. But what about the sights and sounds of another place? Well, luckily for us, we live in a time where high-quality video and audio are readily available. Whether you want to explore the bustling streets of Tokyo or the tranquil beaches of Bali, there's no shortage of visual and auditory stimulation to choose from. Just do a quick internet search and see what comes up. Chances are you'll find exactly what you're looking for. And let's not forget about the taste. While it's impossible to truly replicate the flavors of another culture, we can get pretty close. Thanks to the internet, we have access to recipes and cooking tutorials from all over the world. So why not try your hand at making sushi or pad thai? Who knows? You might just discover a new favorite dish. Plus, cooking is a great way to relieve stress and let off some steam after a hard day's work. So why not give it a try? You never know. You might just surprise yourself. So can virtual travel replace real journeys? Well, that's up for debate. With a VR headset and a few other gadgets, you can experience a different way of life without ever leaving your home. So, what are you waiting for? The world is at your fingertips. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment down below with your thoughts. The studies and references used are listed in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Life Noggin.